Hello, my name is Julie. Welcome to my channel. I thought I would share an interesting astral experience. It is something that, well, I didn't know it at the time, but something that many call the 3D blackness or the 3D void or just the black void. So back in February of 2021, so this year, because we're in September, I had been, doing different meditations and techniques to go out of body or have a projection. So this was I was trying a direct technique or a direct method. And I will say, I said earlier in another video that my sister said, oh, you need to see if these are on the new moon or on a full moon or whatever. And I thought, yeah, that's an interesting consideration. I'll start doing that. And this one happened to be like within a few days from a new moon. So I don't know. Again, who knows? Check your own, if you keep a journal, like a dream journal or astral projection journal, maybe look at the date that you had these experiences just to see if it happens to fall on or near a full moon or a new moon. That would be a very interesting study. So I was meditating and then I went into that place where you're almost falling asleep. And all my sensations sort of turned off. Sound vanished, like the fan in my room slipped away. Physical sensations disappeared. The only thing that was of my sensations that I could sense there was vision. The blackness came into view. I had been staring at the blackness behind my closed eyes. And there was bits of lights here and there and whatnot, and lights coming through or whatever, because the windows, because it was daytime, it's sort of coming through the windows. And slowly everything went black for an instant. And then what came into focus was like a three-dimensional blackness, or I want to say dark gray because it wasn't pitch black. So, but I did not have that sensation of floating, which I'm very familiar with. There was no floating. So there was no physical sensation. It was just vision and a three-dimensional sort of landscape in front of me. So I didn't feel anything. I didn't hear anything. There was no floating. I could just see with my non-physical eyes. And I was very lucid, very conscious, just like I am right now. So it was quite unique from my other experiences. So what came into focus before my non-physical vision was just like these images started coming into my plane of vision. Okay, so it wasn't 360 vision, so it was just from in the front of me, up at the top, and down below. Things were starting to come into focus. And one of the most beautiful things that came into focus were these geometrical shapes. And they were in white. So I had this black, sort of dark gray backdrop, but so that these white geometrical images started coming into my vision, and they were quite beautiful. Had no idea what they could have meant, but I was like, okay, I'm just kind of just sitting there quietly taking it in, like you're just watching a nice peaceful movie or something. So the so I looked up, and a more unusual thing came into vision, and that was it was like that's my cat, sorry, my little kitty. So the vision, like, or the images above, it was what I can describe as, you might see an ultrasound of your unborn baby, maybe. And that was, but it almost looked like the bone structure of a fetus. And then it started growing and developing before my eyes. And from that into a baby and growing into a full grown baby. And it was really quite beautiful. I was touched by it. It was like this gave me this feeling of developing human life. And then I glanced below and I saw, sounds really weird, but I saw sort of a pinkish blob with a face on it, kind of looking back up at me. It was like a pinkish, like made out of gelatin. I don't even know, but a blob thing staring up at me. And I did not feel good feelings about that. It was uncomfortable. So I looked away from it and just continued. Then I continued looking at the geometrical shapes in front of my eyes. I don't know what these geometrical shapes were. If you have had this experience, I would love to hear your experiences, maybe your interpretation of what they could be. Later, after, of weeks and the month or two after that, I thought, well, maybe these geometrical images and shapes represent something that really exists, like I don't know how to express it, but like in reality, like maybe they express some kind of physical reality. Because if you look, I was thinking to myself, well, if you look at a door or a chair or a whatever, any physical image, it probably has some kind of deeper, like a foundational mathematical geometrical shape to it. And maybe I was just seeing the more basic form of reality. I don't know, but I'd love to hear your impressions of that. It was just a really cool experience. But what stood out to me was that I was completely lucid. And when I came out of it, or when I woke up or whatever, I was like, oh, wow, that was interesting, because I was completely lucid and like conscious and aware the whole time. So there was no gap, or, like when you come up for your dream state, it wasn't a dream state, which is so weird to me. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I would love to hear your impressions or interpretations, and hope you're having a wonderful day or evening, wherever you are. And I will talk to you all next time. Bye.